Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another video, and oh god, such a waste of an episode this is. This is episode 22, which is the Christmas episode, and just dear god, like this episode. So there are two things I think with this one. Is first of all, this could have been episode 20. Like this could have been episode 20 to kind of bring in the Christmas cheer, because it kind of undermines the entire episode, I think, of episode 21. And I feel like, it just kind of annoys me. If you took out, I think, 3 lines in this, I feel like it wouldn't have impacted much. And mainly the lines are, yeah, we got out of the dark dimension, we're finally free of the dark dimension. And now when I heard this, like, I thought this wouldn't talk about anything or kind of relate to anything from episode 21. This could have been a standalone thing, which we've seen multiple times when the season ends. Here comes like the Christmas episode. Same thing as like kind of like Halloween. The basic Halloween used to be a clip show, kind of still is, but not much of what like the Christmas episode is. So kind of briefly going over the storyline. Harvey is playing downtown. He wants to get a present for Solaron because that's his secret Santa. He doesn't know what to get her. It's just so weird. I've got it all written down pretty much very briefly. At the very beginning of the episode, you have a stranger who puts a star into Harvey's kind of his piano case or his guitar case or whatever, which is very kind of weird, but that's the plot device for the entire episode. After he teleports into the base, they put it on top of the tree. There's a card that goes with it that's been sent to the Rangers because everything goes to Buzz Blast for some strange, bizarre reason, but oh well. When he turns around and says that he doesn't know what to get Solaron for Christmas, the Rangers decide to go out because he's bought gloves, and the fact is that she doesn't have human hands, and you kind of think that. So they teleport out and they go off and find like little presents. And I will say this, Ollie, can you say, or whoever it says it, but I think it's Ollie's like, everyone loves hot chocolate. I don't love hot chocolate. I don't like it. So yeah, you say that everybody loves it. So no. Obviously Santa's in this, and it's no kind of main big thing. Like, you kind of think at the very beginning it's going to be stuff like, I'm just a mall Santa. It's not. He's the official Santa, because before Harvey goes to the base, he asks Santa what he should get Solaron for Christmas, and he goes like, I'll give you my magic book. If you want, you can draw something in that. It will come true. That's how I make my presents for people, because there's too much. I just sketch them out and they come alive. Slifer and Mucus have overheard this, and they want to kind of take it because obviously they could create loads of really random stuff and things to destroy the Rangers with. So that's their main thing. Now, because the Rangers have disappeared and they've done this, when Harvey opens up this card, it sets a electronical thing that disables everything in the base, from communications to teleporting, and there's also a bomb in it. And you're like, oh god damn it. There's a countdown timer, which I generally thought was just the countdown to the end of the episode, so that kind of makes sense, or just a little bit before. It'd been really like, oh, it's now 0 and the episode ends. So yeah, it just kind of made me laugh that they put this in, because you knew exactly what it was when it popped up. So rather than the other Rangers kind of thinking about different things, Harvey and Solaron start looking through the presents, because they know that something has set the bomb off, so they have to go and find it. To me, I was generally thinking, oh, it's the star, think of the star, but they go through all the presents. We get the kind of flashbacks to different things like Izzy learning electronics, little things like that. Ice cream, because obviously Ion, he got free ice cream for life from this one guy. Little things like that. And thinking about it, like we here in the UK, we've been getting it every single day, so it doesn't make sense that we can remember back to whichever episodes happen, and that's perfectly fine. But by the time that this comes out, it is going to be nearer Christmas, mainly because, like, obviously being shown on Nickelodeon, that's going to be the main case. Like, they're going to have that Christmas episode, but I still kind of believe that this episode should have been episode 20, and then obviously Void Trap should have been episode 22, which would end the season completely on a big cliffhanger, blah blah blah. So the Rangers defeat the monster of the day. which I can't remember because I absolutely hate clip shows. I feel like they're a waste of it. We get the keyboard key because Javi doesn't actually have it for his keyboard because they don't make it anymore. And I'm like, eBay, my friend, eBay is a great way of doing this, and that makes me happy. But no, Solar 3D printed it, and it's a perfect fit, so he gets a little bit of happiness. They figure out that the star is the main problem that has the power to blow everything up, so they put it in the Sporex case, which contains the explosion, which I'm a bit kind of because if that explosion could have taken out the entire ship, why couldn't would it have been that like, how could it be contained that much? It's just a bit kind of annoying. So I've got here Santa stays at the base as they all start singing, and Javi decides to turn around and go, hey Soren, you can have my book because you mentioned in here that you can't remember the words, and so I'm giving you the songbook of Christmas cheer because this is a thing. And Soren's like, oh, thank you very much, I'm going to treasure this is the best thing in the world. We'll never see that book again. I would actually, no, to be fair, I would kind of like it if we saw it in the base in the next, like the beginning of season 1 of episode 2 of season 2. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Previously Cypher has written, he drew out some stuff. He drew out a big monster that the Rangers took down in the Megazord. He also drew himself as being giant, so therefore that got taken down quite quickly. I kind of like the back and forth of it, where it's like, hello little me, hello big me, and I kind of like that sort of thing. This episode, I just generally hate clip shows. I feel like we don't need to be reminded of something that's happened like to us many weeks ago, or the fact is that we don't need to know what happened in the season. I always find that clip episodes are just very laziness. Now I will say that they have gotten better over time, where it's more kind of like more story in the series than it is like going back, do you remember this time? But I feel like we could easily not have them in the next season. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping Netflix don't turn around and say you have to have a clip show, because I feel like you could just get rid of it and it just takes away from the story. To me, seeing this, I didn't like the fact that we got this, because I feel like, as I said, it undermined the episode previously where we had an amazing conclusion, where this one kind of left open. How did Mucus and Cypher get out of the dark dimension? That I think could have been a thing for the next season, and it would have held more weight. Hey guys, how did you get out of the dark dimension? I thought we sealed you there. Well, we spent 6 months in here and we found a way out because a portal opened, but it took us back in time, so we had to stay here. Or something like that, or Void Knight or whoever the next bad is actually brought us back and actually pulled us off. Or maybe Lord Zed flew out and he brought them back because he wanted minions for whenever episode. Something like that would have made this better. But I feel like now it's more of a okay, cool, you don't have to explain it, but it would have been easier to throw away more line like, we've escaped the dark dimension, how did you get out? Woo! And then gone in for the attack. So for me personally, I just didn't like this episode. I felt like this episode was just a waste. I feel, again, as I said, could have been moved forward a bit, but apparently it's in order. And yeah, that's the thing. So I'm hoping for the next season that we don't get clip shows. Yeah, that's really it. Not a great episode, not a bad episode, just it's an okay episode. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. So that is the end of Dino Fury. We've had all 21 episodes. So yeah, I think that there's quite a bit in this. The season has been good, but I'm going to do a much bigger breakdown of the entire series and give my final thoughts a little bit later on. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? And also, Santa told me that you need to subscribe to the channel because he subscribed. He told me himself. So why not hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell, and turn on notifications because that's what Santa would have wanted. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとう。チャンネル登録、高評価お願い。